Have you ever truly stopped to wonder why everything that exists is so utterly determined to stay in existence? From a single bacterium to a mighty oak, from an ant to a human, every living thing is fighting relentlessly not to vanish. Ready to question everything? Hit subscribe and let's dive into the mysteries of existence. It's more than just survival, it's the intense, primal drive to multiply, to leave an imprint, to pass on a piece of itself. And this impulse isn't limited to conscious beings. Unconscious organisms seem to be literally programmed to survive and reproduce. But why? Science tells us living things were simply shaped by evolution. Those that survived passed on their genes, the rest disappeared. We, the species remaining today, are the successful ones in this relentless genetic race. But is this just a matter of evolution? Is life's stubbornness, this immense resistance to nothingness, merely a result of random chance and selection? Is the reproductive instinct just a game played by our genes, or is it a reflection of the universe's own deep-seated desire to be? To start, let's look at the science. Darwin's natural selection process, supported by Richard Dawkins's selfish gene idea, suggests the whole effort of an organism serves one master, the continuation of its genes. We can understand this effort in three layers. First, the energy layer. Life is an engine that needs constant energy input to prevent its structure from collapsing. Second, the genetic layer. Survival requires accurately copying and preserving our DNA, the instructional book of life. And third, the cooperation layer. Single cells learn to merge, forming complex organisms, then societies, without which lineages would quickly go extinct. In essence, life's narrative is one where nature favors the system that best uses energy, most accurately transmits information, and learns to act together. Science brilliantly explains how these mechanisms operate, but it often falls silent when asked to explain why this powerful impulse exists and why it persists with such overwhelming urgency. Is this deep drive only the self-perpetuation of genes, or is it part of a greater cosmic order? When we observe a tiny plant pushing through a crack in asphalt, it triggers a need to find a deeper meaning. Life's persistence in the most extreme conditions on Earth, organisms surviving in boiling water, deep-sea vents, or under lethal radiation, showcases an incredible resilience. Even after mass extinction events, the world is repopulated. Some say this stubbornness is pure chance, but others ask, does the universe itself contain an inherent tendency toward existence? Philosophers have sought answers in the will to live, Schopenhauer, or the will to power, Nietzsche, an internal impulse that extends beyond mere biological survival. We see this even in physics. The second law of thermodynamics predicts entropy. Disorder will increase, yet life makes a dramatic, temporary counter-move, creating order right in the middle of chaos. Atoms aggregate to form molecules, molecules form cells, a miracle of transient order. There was no absolute rule forcing the universe to create stars, planets, or life, yet matter seems to choose to build increasingly complex structures. Perhaps life is the universe's most creative attempt at order building, suggesting a principle of existence woven into the cosmic backdrop. In humanity, this grand pattern is most profound. We are not just struggling to survive, we are beings who question the meaning of that struggle. Our creation of art, science, and philosophy shows a layer far beyond simple biology. If our existence was only a game of genetic continuity, our urge to write about death, explore the cosmos, or make moral sacrifices would be a profound contradiction. A mother risks herself for her child, a scientist dedicates their life to the unknown. Reducing these acts of free will and sacrifice to a simple gene transmission strategy feels incomplete. If there is no larger design, we must explain this persistent resistance to non-existence solely through natural laws. Biologists point to extremophiles like the tardigrades, life's ultimate survivors, as proof that persistence is a blind, fundamental drive of nature, not conscious design. This scientific and philosophical view tells us that life is a process that carries its own meaning, created through its own stubbornness. But for me, this still falls short of explaining why life is so incredibly resistant and why order finds an opening even in short cosmic timeframes. Why is there such a program to exist in the first place? Science, in its honesty, knows its limits here. It's an excellent guide for how life works, but the why remains open, pointing us toward other modes of thought. We stand at the nexus of the known and the unknown. We observe and measure, but we also use our intuition to seek the meaning that stands behind those measurements. Humanity, as the universe's self-questioning consciousness, is the living witness to this grand system. The stubbornness of life, the spark of freedom, and the query of consciousness led me to this conclusion: I am the universe's face trying to understand itself. In this boundless universe, who are you?